Hi, my name is Konstantin Konstantinov, author of the book Black Hole Inside the Earth, available on Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you that I'm the biggest astronomer today in the world. I cannot write an article in any scientific publication for simple reason that requires peers review. But I don't have peers. The peers are 85% wrong. The discovery of the universe happens on stages. So the next big boost of the discovery of the universe is happening by me. I'm the one who pushes the knowledge of the universe further, and I push them so much that the regular people and professors and PhD that don't know a thing think that I'm crazy. So anyway, but something interesting is happening right now. That means the Earth is under the influence of another strong celestial body. Now, what will happen real bad. I'm gonna further find out from people that I don't know their name, clairvoyance or whatever it is, what might happen. But scientifically, I'm the most advanced to understand what's really going on. And if I start right now, if I start telling you how much the scientists in the world don't know about the universe, I need 24 hours of non-stop talking, which physically I cannot do, and you cannot comprehend so much material. It's a whole book. I have written it, and the book is available on Amazon, and you can buy it and read it. Anyway, now soon, which is 2025, the year of 2025, will happen something bad, real bad, but we don't know what. But I have the clue that might be that the axis of rotation of the Earth will change. How much will change? I don't know. How fast will change? I don't know. So be prepared. Many countries will disappear, according to Slava Sevryukova, which is Bulgarian, like Vanga, and other such people. So I, as a scientist, I shouldn't be bothering with these people. But why? Because I wanted to find out where this planet is, or we cannot call it a planet. We gotta call it a celestial body. Because the planet is like the Earth. Oh, we have here something real strong. and it's stronger than the Earth. Definitely stronger than the Earth. Definitely stronger than all planets in the solar system. And because, please understand now what I'm going to say. I am the standard, not the scientists. So the scientists are not the standard. I am the standard. And as such, I will explain to you that these four rocky planets, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, qualify more as planets, as our planet is the most planet of them all. Anything bigger is not a planet. Anything bigger is a brown dwarf. Now, scientists do not understand, they don't have the foggiest idea what brown dwarfs are. They don't have the foggiest idea how planets and moons are created, which I know, and I'm going to tell you. And here is not that much the question of, am I bigger than them? I'm way bigger than them. I know 85% more than all the scientists combined, because they read each other and quote each other. So, something bad is coming to, and it's like, imagine that we all are in one bus, and somebody is driving, and I'm behind somewhere sitting and saying, hey, this driver, as he's driving, he's gonna drive us in a gorge, will overturn the bus. Imagine that we're somewhere in Himalayas where, it's a horror story, you could drive there. But nobody believes. Nobody wants to believe. The driver is certified, like the scientists we're comparing here. The scientist PhD. Happens that I start hating PhD. Why should I hate PhD? Why? Because they're discriminating against me. I cannot write an article. Not that I cannot write. Sure enough, I can write. But they're not going to publish it because my peers, these people that know only 15% of what I know, they are so-called my peers. And I read who is the biggest, astronomer today. He happens to be Eugene Tyson, if I pronounce correctly, the Smithsonian boss. Well, actually, the biggest scientist today about the universe am I. And once again, comes a time, now comes such time, and we have a year and a half from this year which something real bad will happen. And people have created their lives how? They have stock market, they have commodity, they have supermarkets, and they rely on the supermarkets, and they rely on their money, which are in a bank. And now comes such a cataclysm that will ruin the banks, ruin the... Right now, wheat is cheap. Wheat is cheap, and in 2 years there won't be no wheat. The whole thing is that the negative influence of this celestial body that is real strong, The celestial body, as I understand, is some scientists saw it in 1906. We're talking about, what is it, more than 100 years. It affects Neptune, the last planet, and Uranus, or its influence, so it's stronger than them. And the strongest, by the way, the strongest planet you should know, and it's not a planet, those are brown dwarfs. The four gas giants are brown dwarfs, not planets. And the strongest of them is not Jupiter, which is puffed up air, gases. But the strongest is Neptune. Neptune is the strongest of them. Saturn is stronger than Jupiter. So Jupiter is the weakest of these four gas giants, so-called. Now, let me say that scientists don't know much about them. They talk garbage, like that there is ice inside them. There's no ice in them. They're so strong that a person will evaporate instantaneously. At the same time, they're talking like that such like Jupiter can have life. It cannot have life. It's a horror story. It's hotter than Venera. Venera, I'm speaking Bulgarian here, Venus. Venus is hot not because of the sun. The sun says, Venus is hot because of the sun, because of the hot house. That's baloney. Greenhouse, that's baloney. The heat comes from inside. That's only I know, and I'm trying to tell the world, but somehow my videos in YouTube disappear. Somebody must maybe in YouTube say, well, he is crazy, we shouldn't put him, he don't know what he's talking about. And this person, if this is the case, this person is judging me. He's judging me, for he don't know what I think. So don't judge people, just let people know, because it's so important. I say this, government's not gonna survive, and people not gonna survive. Now, some people will survive by chance, but when I tell you what to do, you'll survive better. What is better survival? In this case, food. There won't be no food. There won't be no supply of food. And that's the problem. And if you don't save food for between 3 and 5 years, you're not going to have what to eat in these 3 and 5 years. So you got to learn how to create food in your home, in your yard, and people and big corporations that make meat and this and that, they don't like that because some disease might appear, and now I'm saving the world. Oh, look, people. One woman told me that I qualify as megalomaniac. Now let's look at this description, megalomania, mega. The things I am looking at are mega. We are talking about the whole earth. We are talking about the whole, all people in this earth. So it's a mega. And if it's one man who knows about it and he wants to tell people, then he's megaloman. What should I do? I don't know. I want to be modest. How? Anyway, dear people, this is the situation. The situation would be hunger. The situation would be desperation. Maybe murders and other bad events will happen, and because people will be hungry. So, and I'm thinking what that might be, and I'll continue this video until I find, continue series of videos until I find that what exactly will happen. And at this moment, at this very moment, hear what I think. And believe me, I have the right to change my mind, because it's, to a certain extent, it's a matter of speculation. Now, first of all, scientists don't understand the influence of one celestial body to other celestial body. They don't understand that. They see it, but they don't understand. They speak of gravity. There is no gravity above Roche limit, which is, I don't know how much is on the Earth, I tell you the truth. But where the satellites are, I don't know, 400 miles, 400 kilometers above us, things fall off. That's all. Beyond that, there is no gravity. And they talk about the moon affecting the oceans. Now, I'm not quite certain. It might affect. I'm not certain, but I don't believe so. I don't believe so. The moon goes away. The garbage. The moon have no right to go anywhere. But please understand, I don't want to enter into the difference between my knowledge and their knowledge. Their knowledge and no knowledge. My knowledge and knowledge. And Google works against me. I don't know what they do in my video. They probably, I thought this guy Chris had my remote. He talking. So I cannot help the human race as God wants me. And someone might say, oh, he God, blah, blah, he's possessed, blah, blah. Hey, talk anything. I'm here. I'm helping. I will help until the rest of my life. I'll do good. And that's how it's gonna be. So expect more video from me. Expect to find out what really gonna happen from 2025 and 2025. I believe that the axis of rotation of the Earth will change, and what they're telling me, this clairvoyance, they call them people, they say next things. Spilling of the oceans and the sea. Such spilling can happen only if the axis of rotation changes. Now, they think, the scientists think, they don't know, they think that some other planet hit the Earth, and the Earth bent this axis 23 degrees decline toward the level of all planets going around the sun. But that's not the case. This happens, this incline of this axis, which are different. For example, Uranus is 90% all the way. the pole shows toward the sun. Interesting. So what I'm saying is, these things happen by other celestial strong bodies influence. So they're influence. And right now, our core, the core of this, is not in its place because of this planet. And I'm reading Bulgarian, English, I don't know, Nubiru or whatever, like some planet, 25 million years ago, 25 million, every 25 minutes go around the sun, which is possible. But look, they say that the influence of another planet, and that's correct, influence of another planet, another celestial body. It's important to say the right words, because the scientists play games. Black hole, it's not a black hole, it is black, but it's not a hole, it's a sphere. So here I'm setting the standard. So from now on, I will use black hole for people to understand what I'm talking about, and black sphere to accustom to learn the new terminology, the real terminology, because it's wrong to say hole where there's no holes. It's a black sphere. A black sphere is the sun, and black sphere is inside the earth. Every celestial body that you see is made by black hole. And I've said this before. I was in Istanbul, Turkey, and over there was a Franciscan church. And I entered this Franciscan church. It's on Taksim, the Taksim area there. Very famous in Istanbul. So anyway, and I was only in the yard. I didn't enter in the building. And I read this. It says something of that nature. God, your bigger brother, the sun. And this exactly coincides with my discovery. So I discover who God is. So when the Bible said the Holy Spirit, the Father and the Son, where the Son are we, the Father are the space alien, but the Holy Spirit is probably black hole. I said probably. I'll tell you why. Everything that you see around yourself is created by the black hole. And somebody might say, what's garbage he talking about? My house created the black hole? Your house is made by next things, which might be cement, concrete, bricks, and iron. And all these basic materials are created by the black hole, black sphere inside there, and its size is 1,220 kilometers. Right now it's soft, and because it's soft, and I'm the biggest scientist in the world who I am not in an institute, some institute, where I belong among scientists. I want to be among scientists. To have access to better than Google and YouTube give me something for the children. They give me to the children when they are the children. But anyway, I know 100% the black hole creates everything that you have. Everything that you have, basic elements. The table of Mendeleev table, chemicals, are created by the black hole aiming. So this is God. And I'm going to create a new religion. Why? Because I'm discovering the real Bible. I'm going to write the real Bible. Why the Bible book is not real? Why the Bible, which is true, is not real? Because we are children and we are stupid. And the space alien that write the Bible, I'm a little bit careful, so you don't tell exactly the truth to real small children. They're children. You don't tell them the exact truth, not to stress them, so they can have a life, so that you don't scare their spirit, so to say. Anyway, that's my explanation why the Bible don't lie, but don't tell you the truth. So don't lie, don't tell the truth. But people like me discover and give it to you. Now, I have to talk about several people. Mr. Hawking, Stephen Hawking from England, who died, have lied. He don't know about the universe nothing. Nothing. He's like most of them who read, understand, and can explain. But to discover, no. He haven't discovered anything. He said that the black holes evaporate melt like ice, because antimaterial, this is garbage. And he put some mathematical garbage in his mathematical formula. But the biggest mathematical liar is Mr. Albert Einstein. But he received Nobel Prize. And by the way, not that Nobel Prize without mistakes. They're probably gonna make mistakes. Made mistakes. But he said one thing that he said properly. This person, one thing that he received Nobel Prize about it, is that photon have dual property of particle and wave. So simultaneously, particle and wave. His famous formula, E equals mc squared, is absolute garbage. And then the human race, the scientists, made the atomic bomb on this formula. Think about it. The formula is 100% wrong. But they succeeded to make an atomic bomb. Oh, big achievement for the human race. And he was saddened that first thing from his formula was made, atomic bomb. He's a grand old man who don't know a thing. I'm reading my scientists, and you know what they say? Everything that Einstein said is true. And they're telling the regular people that everything is true, when everything is garbage. His two theories of relativity are 100%. 100% garbage. I guarantee it. His formula, E equals mc squared. Matter never becomes energy and energy never becomes matter. Remember that. And there is no energy without matter. So when you receive heat, understand that you receive particles. Only I know that, I'm not telling you. And I haven't registered it as a discovery. Anyway, I'll change the whole, what is this? Quantum mechanics. I'll change it. And today are the dark ages of human science. Those are not scientists, those are, I don't know, fairy tale, they're fairy tale talkers. You understand what I'm saying? It's a horror story. I don't know, I think, once again, I cannot tell you everything because the time is ticking. I cannot talk more than 1 hour. I get tired. Also, my talk is about your survival. And today, I had the feeling that people want to kill other people so that the earth has less people. Well, I'll tell you what. There would be killing that you haven't seen ever. And this will happen. And I'm thinking I'm a scientist. I'm not receiving anything from anywhere. Changing the axis of rotation of the earth is a horror story. And I'll tell you what the horror story is right now. On the equator, everything on the equator is moving with 1,600 kilometers per hour. So 1 mile per hour. That's it. Now, water, stones, buildings, people, animals, everything. Now think about that. We live on one crust that is different on thickness. Let's put this crust 100 kilometers. So now, on 100 kilometers. It's a thinner where the bottom of the ocean is, and it's the thickest where the big mountains are going up. So this is real thin crust that we're in. Comparing to what? Comparing to, let's put it 4,500 kilometers. 4,000 kilometers of melted lava below it. And if you change the rotation, what happened? Now, we have to know the speeds of the whole Earth. Now, on the equator is 1,600 kilometers per hour. On a 45 parallel, because we go to the 90 degree, is half of it. Half of it is 800 kilometers. So I'm the 41st parallel right now. Bulgaria is 41st. I think Chicago is the 41st parallel. New York, I think. You calculated what the speed is. Huh? And it happens, visually I want to talk. Imagine that you are on top of some airplane which moves at 800 kilometers per hour, which is a normal speed for one commercial airline. They move up maybe probably 800 and 1,000 kilometers per hour, those commercial airlines. And we are sitting and drinking on top. Now you cannot see it because the air is brushing you. Well, imagine that you're in vacuum. Imagine that you're in vacuum, but the vacuum don't affect you. You live, okay? You drink. And the plane makes turn. And the plane makes turn. You lose your balance. You're gonna slip out from on top of the airplane. And you're gonna fly straight where, Imagine something else. You in a tow in some car which moves at 800 miles an hour, 800 kilometers per hour. No, we don't have 800 kilometers per hour car moving. That's too big of a speed. Now, if you make a turn, the tow will go sideways. That's what's going to happen. But the speed of pressure on this turn depends on how fast the axis of rotation changes, and it's how fast it changes, and how big would be this change. For example, we are inclined 23 degrees. I have the feeling that we are going to incline further. Let's say we go 33. Let's go through several numbers to have a picture of what I have. If you go 33 degree incline, this is a huge incline. And imagine this happened real fast. That means that all oceans, all waterways, dam or sea, and again ocean, will continue in the same direction as it used to. And the only thing that will change for it, as a matter of fact, is the crust. The crust, but imagine, they are building stars, those materials that will fly. And we will fly. We might have to sleep in the night with protective gear for these workers that, were the building workers have protective gear. You gotta sleep with that. In your bed, you have to be tied with some strapping. Strapping. You gotta strap yourself. Why? Because 2025 will you fly toward the wall, and the wall might fly itself. And if you're in a wall, gonna hit the wall, you better have some cushion. What kind of cushion? It's a matter of your imagination and your performance on this. In a sense, you're free to decide how and what you should put on the side. Maybe you put clothing, springs, air balloons, air mattress, because you're gonna hit the head with that thing. And your house have to be strong as airplane, because airplanes make turns, but don't fall apart. So what I'm saying is, but everything again depends on how much, because this I gave from 23 to 33, 10 degrees, that is enormous. And how fast? If it's real fast. If it's real slow, we're not going to feel it. Now, I want you to distinguish between axis of north-south pole, which at this moment, North Pole is close to the real where rotation the pole is, and it's going toward Russia, but nobody monitors it because, as far as I know, as I say, I'm not in a scientific environment. I really want to be in a scientific environment, really, but they're not gonna put me. This guy's crazy. We don't want him. Hey, you don't want me? Number one, the human race loses, not that I that much lose than the human race loses. Anyway, so 2025, the influence of this body would be really felt by the earth. Right now, the core of the earth is displaced. And people, by the way, this is big deception. Carbon dioxide makes all this thing. See, that's the how to say that misleads you. For example, somebody is sick of cancer but has him scratching. Well, I was scratching. Well, no problem. He has cancer. So the real cancer is this celestial body that is coming to Earth. Now it's not coming directly at the Earth. The sun is telling it to go around the sun. The same like Pluto. Pluto is going around the sun. But as it comes toward the sun, it comes close to the earth. And because it's so powerful, it affects all planets in the solar system and affects us. And the most what affects this planet Earth is our fragile atmosphere. At this moment, we're losing atmosphere because of that. Why? Because it displays the core of the Earth, which make the magnetic field. And I see, well, in the United States, they make a lab that, that to recreate like a electromagnetic field. To me, it's obvious that they don't understand what electromagnetic field is. Now I'm discovering something strange to me. So I'm puzzled. This core is not supposed to be rotating. Only the Earth is rotating. And but the core gets stuck on our side and rotates. So I really want to see how this changes, real change of the this magnetic field. And through this I'll say exactly what's going on. Also, I want, as the biggest scientist on this field, I want constant monitoring of magnetic, south and north pole magnetic, where the south is on 64 parallel and the north is close to the center of and going to Russia. And the Google is telling me, I don't say Google, I said those that supply Google with knowledge say, it's moving with 15 miles per year toward Siberia. Hey, that don't do for me. I want monitoring second by second. And I want all this data I want to see. And I'll tell you what's going on. So they think that they're scientists. And I read Smithsonian from 2020, their book on the universe, and they're talking about inaccuracy. And they're telling me that the volcanoes on Mercury was in the last 500 million years. So, like their reporting has anything to do with science. So those scientists that claim they're scientists are pseudoscientists. I am the scientist. I'm gonna finally open my own institution. I don't know how to do it. And I've got trouble with these computers. I'm unhappy with computers. And right now they're saying artificial intelligence. What a bad thing to say artificial intelligence. Why? Because computer is no more than memory and fast calculation. Big memory, fast calculation, that's it. You make the computer think. Let me make a joke at this moment. The monkeys get hold of artificial intelligence and become smarter than humans. This is a joke. I laugh if you don't. Anyway, I will produce serious videos. For example, I'll explain to you Mars. That now they're going to Mars. I'll tell them where they can find gas, petrol, which is oil, and where they can find a lot of iron and maybe other metals. The metals are under these 4 volcanoes, and especially talking about Mars, the biggest volcano, Olympus Mons. Under Olympus Mons, enormous amount of iron, which is iron, no iron ore, straight iron, cosmic iron. Anyway, gas and oil is on the other side. Not only on the other side, but not where these 4 volcanoes and where this Mariner Valley is. Mariner Valley and Bulge. What is the Bulge? I forgot the name. Around these 4 volcanoes, 4 huge volcanoes. Down there, don't look for gas and they're not gonna find. Anyway, also I have explanation why on Mars there's an element which is only from atomic bomb. Why? Because the core was stuck at the edge, and the core was black hole, black sphere. So the black sphere, the last days of the black sphere were under the last volcano, which was this huge volcano. Why so huge? Because there was no more atmosphere at this moment. Why there was no more atmosphere? Because there was no magnetic field. Why there was no magnetic field? Because the core was displaced and was rotating with the material. Which is, for me, is hard to know, hard to be absolutely certain. But if I see what's going on with the Earth, which is Earth magnetic field, second by second, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. Because right now, it's stuck in rotation, which is hard to believe. Hard in rotation toward Indonesia. That's why lots of volcanoes in this area, and maybe not that much toward Indonesia. Maybe Philippines are under attack. Now I'm getting tired. And I have to stop. So this is my video about your survival. You have to survive on a high ground, because the all water would be spilled all over, and the countries that disappear might be Chile, equator country like Panama, Costa Rica, parts of Nicaragua, Great Britain, part of France, uh, Portugal maybe, and part of Spain, and many other countries. Keep in mind that each country that's on each side of a big body of water would big water would be spilled east, northeast, with enormous speeds, right? The biggest speeds are on the equator, then go slow. What is slow? 800 kilometers toward 45 degree. It's enormous power. And if you want to survive, go in Alaska, in some mountain. But store enough food there to eat for 5 years. This disturbance will last 3 years, but after the 3 years, there'll be big mess. Still, you can make crops, but I'm not sure because Black Sea has I don't know how many trillions of gallons of sulfur. I forgot what sulfur substance. Horror story. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that much I can tell you. Store food. Understand that banking system might collapse. I'm not sure. I cannot be sure because once again, we don't know how fast this will happen. This can never happen in the last, let's say, 25 million years. I think it haven't happened in 700 million years. Please understand, there are things that I'm 100% sure, there are the things that I have to speculate, and I want some people to survive, and these people that will survive, those would be Adam and Eve. You know, many Adams and Eves. You know, we need young people that will have next generation, survivors. I'm the boss of the surviving thing. Now, I remember NASA wanted to sell food. This was 1983, I guess. NASA wanted to sell the company that wanted to sell food for the astronauts wanted to pay the regular people. And I had the opportunity back then to taste this food. I said, this food. McDonald's has food, I'm not going to eat that. No, I'm sorry. I should have tasted. And I want to know about this food. And I want to tell these people, hey people, make me a spokesman to sell food and give me some money because I need money. I'm poor. But anyway, governments and people have to save food for several years, and they must learn how to make food home. So anyway, with this I'll conclude, and I'll make better videos. Keep in mind that my life, I'm a U.S. citizen in Bulgaria. They think that I'm spy. The United States probably think that I'm pro-Russian, and I have to help the people to survive. And someone, we are 8 billion. What do you want? What do you want us people to survive? When the biggest oceans spill, when the biggest rivers spill, and all the dams spill, and buildings might be, then I want to talk to you. But if you don't have the food, The food you have to save is 2024. Save the food for 2025. Don't look at the stock market in a Bloomberg to tell you the wheat and corn at this moment is selling real cheap. How cheap? Dad, give it to me. To survive. Some other woman is telling me, I want to die. You old man, what do you want to survive? Hey, I'm the driving force to for the people, for the survivors. I'm the one telling him how much food to save and how to survive. Anyway, I will continue on this level thinking, doing the right thing, and now bye.